This is the Bolder Than Most podcast, where we talk with those making bold moves in business, real estate, and life. I'm your host, Trae Jacobs. Thank you for being here. Let's jump right in. All right, guys, welcome back to the Bolder Than Most podcast. I'm your host, Trae Jacobs, and today I got Brie Fleshner in the house. It's actually our first time meeting, but we were introduced by McKenna. So shout out to McKenna for making this happen. Brie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. So excited to be here with you and diving right in.
Oh, yeah. Where are you at right now? You said you're at one of your Airbnbs.
Yeah, I'm over out here in Scottsdale. It's a little hot right now, so staying inside for this one.
How hot is it?
I think it's like almost 115.
115? That's not a little hot. Oh my gosh, that sucks. I'm sorry.
No, hey, it's a dry heat. It's different. It's not the same.
115, that's ridiculous. Okay, so I'm in Dallas, right? And it's like 90, but it's like 90% humidity on top of that. And yeah. I'm a big guy, I'm 6'5", 300 plus pounds. Like, I don't do good in humidity at all. So I guess I would take, but man, 115, that's just abrasive. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Is it like that? How many months of the year is it that hot in Arizona?
So luckily I don't live here. I always go back to St. Louis, Missouri. That's my hometown. Okay. So yeah, I feel like it really starts picking up in like late May. So June, July, August, September, and then October is finally like literally the end of October after Halloween. That's when it's like finally like, I can breathe again. Yeah. You definitely get like on and off peaks and stuff, but monsoon season's August. So you kind of get like cool down break after like a big rainstorm, but nice. Yeah, it's for me, it's not too fun in the summer. It's just, you feel like you walk outside and you're like melting. I don't know.
How did Scottsdale become like such a hot market? Like, it's such a hip and cool place to be. How did that happen?
Honestly, in my opinion, because I moved here in 2019 until last year, and it was extremely affordable, especially for people in like New York, California, like a lot of like, this is a great hub. Also, like the spring is amazing. And I'm talking about spring kind of starts in like January, February, March, April. Like it is gorgeous. Like I can lay out and go swimming in January. That's like the perks, Yeah. It's a hit and miss. Like the summer is like, yeah, you can like drag it out, like just, deal with it. But also they're like, this is such a great hub for bachelorettes. You have waste management open, like the Phoenix Open, which that happens usually in like early February. So that's a huge draw.
Yeah.
Like I mean, there's so much. It was like 500,000 people travel just for that. And then you got spring training all throughout March. Yeah. So that's huge, like bringing so many people in. But yeah, it's actually, I believe it's slowly changing though. I've noticed with like the short-term rentals that it is harder to, or my income is slowly decreasing just because of the competition, and it is kind of getting a little more saturated. So I mean, we can always dive into that a little bit later in our talk, but trying to break free from that saturation, that's really important, and that's what I'm trying to do as much as possible.
There's a lot going on. Is there any regulations in Scottsdale for Airbnbs?
No, that's the other thing. It's like Arizona actually passed a law. I don't even know when it was, but basically they cannot deny a short-term rental from like in the entire state, Arizona. They cannot deny short-term rental unless HOA is different. But obviously you can get your license taken away. Like now you have to pay a $250. I think every city's different, but Scottsdale is like $250. You're supposed to have, the regulations are supposed to be like 6 people per house. And then obviously like quiet hours. I know, but like they can't really, like how would they know if 6 people are actually occupying? And they really don't care. They're just trying to be good to the actual people living in the homes next to them and everything. Just trying to keep the neighborlies, like the people actually living there.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like I was just in Phoenix earlier this year, and we got a 5-bedroom house, and I had no idea about the 6. There's like 12 of us staying there.
Yeah.
So it's like, we had no idea. And they had to come like multiple times to fix our AC because it was broken. But well, it was in like February or something. So it wasn't like hot. Actually, it was perfect. You're right. The weather out there is perfect that time of year. So,
it gets a little chilly at night and in the morning, but.
Oh, I love that though. Light jacket weather all day. That's like that was like the best part of living in LA. Like right by the beach when the sun starts setting, you got a little breeze and throwing on a light jacket and you're just cooling. I miss that. We don't have any of that in Dallas. It's just hot all the time and humid, and it just punches you in the face. And I'm like, why do people live here? Bless you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta see.
All right, so hold on. Before we go deeper into that, I do want to ask you some questions because I saw that you were on Rich Summers' podcast. I listened to it. You did a great job. What was that like, man? Like, that's so dope.
Oh, it was awesome. Like that was the first time I met him, and I actually got to go out to dinner with him prior to like really get to know him. Nice. He actually reached out to me from because I did a YouTube series or a couple reels with Paige Morby, who's my mentor.
Love Paige.
So yeah, and then he saw that I was really into like the creative social media space as well, and like getting content out. And yeah, so we kind of got connected. He reached out. I was like, hey, would you want to come on the podcast? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, do you want to do it virtual or do you want to do it in person? I was like, in person, please. Like that'd be dope. So I flew out to Arizona, drove out there, actually got to stay in one of his boutique hotels in San Diego.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really, really cool just being able to experience that. And then also I took some notes. So what I can do to my upcoming boutique hotel that I'm working on. So it's cool just to be in that space. But anyway, I had a lot of imposter syndrome, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, just going into it, it's just my real estate journey is really just now starting to unfold. And I've always wanted to have these short-term rental properties all over the U.S. But then I also always thought that I had to have money. And so I would try to figure out these different jobs I could do to save up as much money as I could so I could be able to put 20% down on a house. And then I really just kind of started listening to podcasts and other coaches and mentors and really understanding that game. But then also I was told you have to wholesale first to find the deal. And that way you can make money to put towards those properties, which was a huge distraction of itself. So this house that I'm sitting in, I bought in January 2021. I had a PML who actually was a family friend. So they knew me, they trusted me. I wrote up a business plan. They're like, we believe in you, go do it. Here you go. And I put 20% down of a conventional loan because that's all I knew. And it was on a market property. It wasn't off market. It didn't need, it maybe a little bit of lipstick. But yeah, it was just ready, almost moving ready and ready to go. And then got that up and running. And it took me 3 years to finally get my second one because I was just so distracted too with building a design company because other investors were just coming to me and asking for my help to get their short-term rentals started. And because they loved what I did and they were like, you're killing it. And I'm like, thank you. But yeah,
I didn't know you had a design company. That's dope.
Yeah. I'm gonna start. I started that really back in 2022, I guess. No, I guess 2021 as well, just fall. But I love design. I need to start reaching out and actually telling people hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm focusing on this. So I have some business ideas with that too. There's a new project that we're so off topic now, but there's a new project that I'm working on. It's actually going to be in the Virgin Islands in St. Thomas.
What? No way.
Yeah. It's going to be so fun.
Oh man. Is this a boutique hotel?
What?
Is that a boutique hotel? Hey guys, my company Paige Capital Group is actively sourcing and buying multifamily deals. If you're looking to put your money to work, gain some tax efficiencies, and grow your portfolio while we do all the heavy lifting, go to paigecapitalgroup.com/invest. That's Paige, Paige, capitalgroup.com/invest, and someone from our team will reach out. Now, back to the show.
No, it's actually, so I actually found this person through my network, just through the Sub2 community. And I just posted like, hey, I'm into the short-term rental space. This is what I do. The lady reached out to me and we had a conversation over the phone. So what I got from her is that she used to live there. The house was hers. She moved back to take care of family. She doesn't want to sell the property because she loves it so much and just wants to go down there whenever she wants. But she's basically the primary caregiver to her parents at this moment. And she doesn't know anything about Airbnb, doesn't know anything about design, doesn't know how to manage, doesn't even have time to manage. So there's a couple things, like we need to redesign the whole place, as well as the pool needs to be fixed. So what it is, it's a studio apartment on the bottom, and then a 2-bed, 2-bath on the top. So really cool idea is like you can rent both out, or you can rent out the whole thing as a whole as well.
Right.
So I'm going to bring her some capital to fix the pool, to do the design, to pay the design fee, just all of that, and get it up and running. And then I'll have an equity position in the property. So instead of buying a brand new property, I'm coming to her as a key principal with money to invest and add value to her property. And then I'll run the whole thing for her. Cause I manage a couple properties as well. And so I have a small management company as well. And that's just another like added benefit, like design, manage, marketing. Let me do it all for you. How about that? Yeah. One-stop shop.
I love that so much. So you're co-hosting. I had a guy on the podcast. His name was Mark, and he does a lot of co-hosting on Airbnb, and he is killing it. I think his Instagram is West Coast Stays, I believe.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, they're killing it. So I'll have to connect you guys. Okay. So hop back real quick because I want to. Like, no, Rich Summers is like, he's not my hero, but he's like, you know, if this is my hero, he's like right there. Like, I think everything he's doing is like so dope.
I know. He's awesome. He's really
he
cool
is killing it. He is killing that. His neck tattoo that he just got. Oh my gosh.
I didn't even see it. That's funny. I know he got it like 2 weeks ago. I was talking to him about it, but.
Man, that is sick. So shout out to Rich. What is your biggest takeaway from that whole experience?
Honestly, just even hearing his story, I guess. It's like he just started really like 7 years ago, maybe. And so it's just like, wow, like look how far he's gone now, you know? Right. And so it's just like, that's what I'm coming back to, like the whole imposter syndrome is like, I'm talking to this guy who, like, I am actually, like, I'm in his shoes, but just at a little later time.
Yeah, you're chapter 2 and he's chapter 10, you know? So you're right there. You're on track. You might even be ahead of him, to be honest with you. So
no
way. We'll see.
No
we'll see. You know, come back in 5 years.
We have different visions. We have different goals. Yeah. And that's what I got to think about too, is like what my end goal is always to build up this portfolio of short-term rental, not even just short-term rentals, just rental property as a whole, regardless if it was like multifamily or just single family, to have that residual income, because my life would look like perfect if I was just honestly like a stay-at-home mom, being able to be 100% present for like my future family and just travel wherever, whenever, have that time, have that freedom, teach them how I want to teach them. You know, like homeschool if I really want to homeschool them. Just be 100% present and not let like my career overtake or let money be the root of a hardship with my future partner. You know, like I don't want to go through those troubles. Like I felt, you know, just growing up, my parents, they were well off. They owned their own businesses and everything. So I saw the struggle through like my mom, even though she was doing great and really providing for us, but she had a lot of free time, but also she was the main source of her business. Like if all of a sudden she just, died, like morbid, sorry, like who would run that? No
right,
one, like no one knows how to run it like her. So like I want a business, but I don't want my business to run. I want it to run on autopilot without me, where I can at least delegate it out. Long story short.
There's who I follow her. She's Heather Blankenship. She's a girl boss, man. She does RV rentals and a bunch of other stuff. But she's retired her husband, so she has I don't know what to call him, so I'm going to call him my house husband. But you can tell that she also, pretty much gets to do whatever she wants. You should check her out. She's dope. She's super dope. And just to add on to that, man, like I got 2 kids, and my girl April, I don't know how the fuck she does it, to be honest with you. She's a teacher, and she does most of the stuff with the kids. Like, man, it's just crazy, but she loves it. She just loves it. So I hear you.
I don't know. Like a lot of my friends are in that position too right now, where they're working full time now. Raising a family, and just, it'd be so hard to leave those babies with someone else. But, like you have to.
Expensive. You have to. Like my kid, I have an 8-year-old, so his, after school care is reasonable. But I also have what is he, like 18 months now? I don't know. He's 1.5. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
His daycare is $320 a week.
Yeah.
320.
Cheap.
Is it?
That's cheap.
There's no. Oh my gosh! It kills me. That's like $17,000.
Like, is that, what does that add up to? Is that 17? You said no.
320 times 52, 16,640. That is a Toyota Camry, a 2008 Toyota Camry. Every year that I pay in daycare, like that's nuts.
Yeah. I would say the average of where I'm at right now, they were looking at, it's like 2,000 a month.
A month?
A month.
That's close. Yeah, with 320.
Right?
Sometimes we
like 500 a week.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't have kids. It's a lot.
Yeah. So
at least it's
right
not forever.
now, I'm coasting. I got no kids. I got no relationship tying me down right now. So I'm just like, I'm going to just blinders on, get this business figured out. So that way I can just set up and,
I love
not stress. Sure.
You got a really good start. I mean, what does your portfolio look like now?
Gosh. So I have 2 properties right now. They're short-term rentals. And then I have a couple management company or properties that I'm managing. Working on the boutique hotel in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. So that's brand new. We're starting to, renovations are going to start in about like September on that. So that's brand new. And then also the Virgin Island property, that'll be closing soon. And then, hopefully within the next month, I can start working on that property. And then, it's crazy. Like I get deals sent to me all the time, and I am almost like I'm shutting them down because it's like I'm getting too overwhelmed, but also I'm having so much like mental stuff I'm going through to like try to figure this all out, because I'm almost like I'm literally at this point working through self-sabotage, because honestly, everything that I just told you, besides not my management company, and minus 1 short-term rental, everything happened since January of this year. So 6 months, all of these projects have just popped up and are happening. And it's just like, whoa. And I'm just like, this is awesome. This is what I've been like striving for. But then I'm just like it's, I don't know. It's just a new level of success that I honestly never thought I could accomplish. And again, that's like something I have to work on internally.
Yeah.
And the more people are sending me these deals, I get overwhelmed at times at this point. So now I just really need to start delegating it out and bring on like a partner to help manage the properties, or even just like help with guidance and direction. So I was looking into like even getting a business coach who I can talk to whenever I'm like, hey, this is my idea. But yeah, it's a huge blessing for sure, but a lot of cool things I need to just figure out and start taking action on.
You're killing it. And I definitely understand that, being overwhelmed. I mean, that's a lot being thrown at you in such, what is it? What's that, like 6 months? 7 months, something like that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, technically it would have been 4 months. It's just been dragging out. Like all these projects have been dragging out since then.
Yeah. So I prescribe to Tony Robbins, and he says, you know, you definitely have to live with that absolute certainty. And it's hard, you know. I mean, I'm not where you are currently, but you know, I got a few things going on in other lines of business where it's just like, man, am I even doing this right? Like a lot of second guessing. When you are feeling that way, how do you pull yourself out?
Great question. So I have a really good morning routine that I like to stick to. And if I can really get like everything that I do, which is honestly like reading a self-help book, meditating, exercising, what else I listen to like affirmations and like just really focus on my breathing during those. So I've seen a huge difference in that. And also, I know this is really way off topic, but like I have to really focus on what I put into my body. So like the food that I consume has a huge impact on my overall mental health. Like it is insane when I'm on vacation and I'm just like, whatever, I'm just going to eat, and I get off my routine and I'm like, I start getting like a complete like mental breakdown. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, why am I like crying at this point? Like there's nothing to cry about. It's insane. And then I'm like, since like, okay, I know exactly what it is. It's my freaking diet, or I'm not doing my normal routine. I'm not working out consistently like I should. It's crazy. It's really wild.
It makes sense though. I mean, your gut is essentially your second brain. So if it's off, it's going to throw your whole body off, right? Like, I'm working on that myself. I've been putting so much shit in my body for so long that I think I'm numb to so many things that I shouldn't be. I've had these people on last week they're from Black Cell Capital. Nico, I love Nico so much. Nico and Strat and Jackson and Will, but gosh, where was I going with this? Gosh, I was like, I wanted to shout them out and share my admiration, but either way, like the stuff that I've been putting in my body like has kind of dulled the spark that I have for a lot of things. So I'm really trying to like fix that so that I can get back to, you know, where I was 6 months ago, like hungry, not like hungry, but like hungry to, you know, continue to grow. Especially because everybody's talking about like the economy and, you know, millionaires and billionaires are made on a down economy. I'm trying to really position myself so that we can come out on top, like you are currently, because you have done a lot of great things really recently. Tell me more about the boutique hotel.
Yeah, the boutique hotel I actually became a partner on. Again, the connection came through the Step 2 community. So blessed for that community. It's amazing the different people that are in there, and just being able to like connect in so many different ways. But I was brought on to be like one of the main designers, as well as like my marketing skills. What I was doing with my social media, as well as like my short-term rental social media. And yeah, they just was like, this is really cool. So we're planning to turn a couple of the units. Let me back up. So the property is Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. It's like an hour of Chicago, basically. The property consists of different units. So there's a 13 unit, like a motel style, and a 6-unit on the other side. In the middle, it's a 4-bed, 2-bath unit, and like main house. And then on the other side, there is a 2-bed, 2-bath duplex. And then in the very back of the complex is a 8, almost like studio cabins. So they'll have their own little kitchenette and everything. So in one of the, I guess, hotel styles, where that they have like some conjoining rooms, just like a hotel kind of does. And we're thinking about putting my, fitting it with my brand, which we didn't even talk about either, which I target with my short-term rentals, women. So bachelorettes, birthday parties, it's very girly, very themed, unique, different, fun. My idea is just to give all my guests just an experience of, they come to my property and they're like, I'm never going to forget this trip ever again. This is amazing, you know? And that's how I want everybody to leave. So yeah, so I get to have, I get to market the boutique hotel and on my social media platform for the dream houses. And yeah, so that's really, really cool that I get an opportunity for that. So got brought in for design and mainly marketing.
That's sick though. Dream House Geneva. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Dream House Geneva.
Dream House. Lake Geneva Dream House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, like, it's up to the community. You guys are like really cool. I would love to, man, maybe I will join someday, but
you need to just for the connections. It's a family. I know
you guys aren't a family. You're borderline a cult. Okay.
Like, Paige I don't know. I guess like just drinking the Kool-Aid, but honestly, I would not be where I am today without that community. 1,000.
I've never heard any of you guys ever say anything bad about Pace. Not once, ever. And you know what? I've met him a few times. Pace is dope. Pace is cool. And the way he can work a crowd, holy cow, it's insane. I've been to a few conferences with him, and he'll be the only speaker that like gets off the stage and walks across the stage, no notes, just like, you know. So being that you have all of these themed Airbnbs, are you thinking about like doing women's retreats or any types of retreats?
Oh my gosh, I would absolutely love that. Yes. I mean, that's something I think we can definitely add value to with the boutique hotels. I really want to branch off and do more boutique hotels in different just states or locations. Like having a beachfront property or at least somewhere close to the beach would be insane. But I absolutely would love to have like a wellness center or some kind of vibe with that in order to do that. So yeah, we'll see. Once the properties are up and running, we'll see how we can play it all out.
The boutique hotel space is so interesting. Like I started in real estate on the multifamily, and you know, multifamily right now is just it's frozen. There's no transactions happening because the interest rates are too high. So then I got introduced to Sub2, which it's funny how that Sub2 community really encompasses everything creative and all these other types of real estate transactions. But then I was introduced to Rich and the boutique hotels, and man, some of those properties that he has are just, I mean, the one you probably stayed in San Diego, I think I know it's the Zindel. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Zindel, I think. Yeah.
Dude, that just looks like a whole vibe. Like
it's really cool. I mean, honestly, it is kind of like basic, like nothing too crazy. Like it's very comfortable, very just like very luxurious and kind of masculine too. But it's nice. It's cute. Yeah. They did a good job on it.
That's so dope. All right. I saw you were in Nashville recently. Are you looking to pick something up out there too?
Yes. So I've been looking for the last 3 months. It literally has been my main focus. I've been wanting to get a property in Nashville for years and years and years. And at this point, I was trying to find something more creative. It's extremely hard to find something creative in Nashville because it has boomed way more than Scottsdale. It's like Scottsdale almost.
Really?
The property values have just increased like insane, but everyone like has so much equity in their house, they're not struggling to sell. Like they don't care to sell too, because they bought at such a great price at such a great interest rate that like they can sell at whatever and still make amazing return, you know?
So what would the ideal creative finance deal in Nashville look like for you?
Honestly, it would be great to be able to just take over someone's payment. I was trying to negotiate with 2 other people, actually 3. I've been basically under contract or in negotiations with 3 different properties. They were all kind of creative. My first one, they just didn't feel comfortable with doing like basically doing sub 2, which I get it, but then it's just like, I don't know. And they wanted to basically do a lease option, but they also wanted over $100,000 down for that lease option. And I'm like, I mean, I probably would have done it if I said you need to put my name on the LLC, and I did, and they said no. I'm like, no, there's no, like, if you guys were to foreclose, I get nothing. There's no security in this deal. Like, I can't give you $100,000 and your full asking price. Like, no, it's just stupid. So I had to walk away from that deal. And then I had an LOI with another deal, but I had to bring in $600,000 down.
What?
Yeah, and I couldn't. I had
$600,000 down.
Lined up.
How much was the property?
Oh, that one was 1.4, basically 1.4. Yeah, and here's the crazy thing: they bought the same property. What was it? I think they bought it in 2019 for $600,000.
That's a hell of a yield right there. Jeez Louise.
Right.
Real quick, guys, if you're enjoying the show and want to help us grow, share, shoot us a 5-star rating, and follow the show on Apple or Spotify. My goal is to continue to grow and get bigger and bigger guests on the show to reach more like-minded real estate investors and help everyone be more bold and build more wealth. Now, back to the show.
And that's how they all are. And then there was another property that I wasn't in love with, but it was like for $40,000 down. I think the interest rate was about like 4%. It was like I think it was like $700,000 purchase price basically. And it was just straight up sub 2. It wasn't a sub 2 hybrid or anything. It was just sub 2. So that, I honestly think there was several offers because they advertised it so much that other people just outbid me. And I was like, I don't love it anyway. And also I don't want to fight over a house that's not even worth, like, I don't like it. And it's an okay location. Yeah, I'll probably appraise for a lot more later down the road, but it just wasn't meant to be. So I just need to pull a trigger.
I mean, can you all right, so if the houses are very hard to get, what about land? I mean, you ever thought about getting Nashville, some creative land?
Here's the thing. Nashville is possibly, I have no idea. Like, I have no idea what that would look like. But Nashville, you cannot just operate a short-term rental at any property. The properties, like if they were already either grandfathered in, or they're like a non-owner occupied short-term rental, you would technically have to buy into the LLC and get it transferred that way. You can't purchase the house. I mean, you're purchasing the house too because it comes with the LLC, but it's weird. So like if they lose their license, you cannot short-term rental at that property ever again.
That sucks.
No one else can buy it and operate it as short-term rental.
Can you say it again?
So that's the other difficult thing too, is finding properties like that. Yeah, it's a lot.
Well, I mean, it sounds like we should just go to San Diego because I want to break into that market too. It sounds like it's a lot easier.
I just talked to a realtor over there too, and she said it was really saturated.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, let Rich tell you, it's like a booming market, and you can't go wrong. Interesting.
I don't know. But he does have great properties, so who knows?
Yeah. Well, good luck there, man. I didn't realize it was so difficult. But I mean, I guess the more difficult it is, the more safety there is for that Airbnb, right?
Like, yeah. Here's the thing: I could find something on market, do a DSCR loan, and be done. Yeah. Which I should. I have one that I'm looking at right now, and I should just like run the numbers, make sure that they're accurate, and then just get it done. I just do it. What?
Can you buy a license for the Airbnb for a house that's never?
Yes. I mean, well, you can get it transferred. Do the LLC. You just buy the LLC. There's people, all the attorneys down there know what they're doing. They've done it before. That's like the only way you can sell.
It kind of defeats the purpose though, right? Like you just buy an LLC, which is nothing, and then put a house under.
You buy their LLC.
That has the short-term rental license, and then just move it to another house. That's so weird.
You can't move it to another house.
Oh, so wait, you're saying that you want to buy an on-market house that already is doing short-terms?
Yeah.
Okay. I misunderstood that part. Yes. So you're saying that, so in Nashville, there'll never be another new short-term rental to hit the market?
No, right, yeah. If it's like a single-family home, you can't.
Really? It's just they're done.
Yeah,
even if one of these gets dissolved.
But you can do if it's a what's the term? There's so many builders that have built in to where it's oh my gosh, what is the freaking term? It's I guess corporate. Like they can use it as like a corporate housing or just corporate.
Midterm
not
rentals.
Midterm. No, just corporate. Like, you can own a business and run a business out of that house. You know what I'm saying? There's just, I don't know. It's basically so whenever they get a permit, when the builders get a permit, because that's what they're doing. They're buying up single family residents and they're basically putting 2 to 3, like, huge, like 3-story townhomes on top of this one property. And they're probably paying extra to apply for that permit to have it like just corporate. Like the corporate permit, so you can legit run a business out of it if you wanted to. But that is another way you can get out of from having to deal with like the single family primary residence or whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. So, I mean, it's easy. Like, I'm just not explaining it correctly.
But could you do that, or is it just
you can totally buy, but like you're buying outside. So but here's the other thing: is like these properties are being specifically built for short-term rentals. So you're going to be competing against all these other units right next to you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like think about it. Like you're trying to add value. The closer into the city you get, the more value you have that other people on the outside can't get.
Right.
Because you can't pick up your property, move it closer, So trying to buy something that's closer and doing the LLC transfer or, buying into the LLC. I mean, it's going to be more expensive depending on the area, but I mean, that's like the value you can't compete with that. Right. You're just going to have better returns.
Location. Yeah. Let me ask you this. Is Dallas a good market, do you think?
I haven't even looked into Dallas, to be honest. I know there was I heard of talks of the new regulations going out there because so many people are buying.
Yeah, they paused it.
Yeah. So I have no idea. I wasn't interested in I'm interested in Austin, Texas.
Really? Austin?
Yeah. Because of my properties. Think about it. It's a lot of it's bachelorettes down there, birthdays, just trips, girls' trips. It's just a vibey place. Even though I've never been, I just heard.
It's all right. I mean, what about St. Louis? How come you haven't? Do you plan on running anything in your backyard?
Probably not. Not, well, I would love to like invest in like some kind of multifamily, but the St. Louis market is just like St. Louis in general, unfortunately, has just turned to trash. It
Has it
is
really?
so dangerous, so many
Okay.
crimes, so many shootings. Like, it is so, so, so depressingly sad what that city turned into.
It's ever since Nelly left, it was just all downhill.
I mean, I heard he's still around.
Yeah. I saw he had a house out there that he just let like fall apart, like a mansion in some hill. But that's dope though, man. You're killing it. Congratulations. I love to see people having success in things. I mean, you're literally killing it. So and your social media is popping. I mean, what can you teach me about growing on social media? Somebody that has 412 followers. What can I do to grow that?
The best thing you can do is bring value. Honestly, right there. Like what, and just stick to your brand, creating a brand, and just like adding value, like teaching people or motivating people, like whatever you're doing, whatever you want to do, you have to bring value, like, or if you don't, then why would someone want to follow you? So
Yeah. I don't even know what I want to do
and
anymore.
posting consistently, having good, clean, crisp videos. Honestly, like if someone wanted to grow organically and everything, I would 100% get with someone who understands that market in general. I have a friend, her name's Ice, so she has a company specifically just for this. I don't work with her at the moment, but she's going to be someone who I am going to work with. Basically, she's going to honestly almost tell me what to post. All I have to do is record, and then her team will edit everything. And so I don't have to stress or research or, just take so much focus in on that social media, where some people can't right now, but definitely getting it off your hands and giving it to someone who knows what they're doing. That's the best. So if someone wanted to start out, I would, and you had no money to have someone like that, research YouTube videos all the time. Just follow other people who are in your space, see what their videos are, and honestly almost replicate it. Do something a little bit different. Obviously, don't copy everything. Like you could honestly get slashed for that and probably get kicked off. But yeah, it's just, I don't know.
Who was the last person you followed and why did you follow them?
I don't know. I follow a lot. I just always am like, oh, I like this person. This is cool. I don't know. I really don't think I can tell you. But I love the content. I just love going through. It's all like real estate stuff and just personal growth or like into like fitness and health. But yeah, I don't know. I literally just will go on reels and like just be like, oh, I like this person. Let's support them and follow them. That sounds cool.
Yeah. What does who makes the best real estate content right now?
Who's my favorites? I love Soli. Soli from Lattes and Leases. Leases and Lattes.
Something like that.
It's one or the other. But yeah. I love her. I've been following her basically from day one since she started her little real estate journey. She just got a boutique hotel too. She's freaking killing the game. And just growing so fast. But I love, like, she's always constantly coming from value. Obviously, Pace's stuff is really funny sometimes. I
get so many Pace Morby ads, and they're always
right?
I get so many. So if I see that nuts ad one more time, I'm gonna freaking lose it. Have you seen that one?
When you're on. No, I never got that one.
He's like, oh, it's like they're like walnuts or something. He's like, dude, nice nuts. And I'm like, dude, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I've never seen that one.
See, that's the algorithm. I know they're targeting me.
He's got so many. It cracks me up. He has so many that like whoever it can get to the best, and it's just like
yeah. He's doing good work. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Yeah. What does the next few years look like for you?
Do what?
What does the next few years look like for you?
Gosh, I have no idea. Well, obviously building this portfolio of rentals. I would love to have one in Nashville, a couple in Florida, San Diego. I do want somewhere in California, San Diego area. Austin, Texas, obviously. Would love to have like a Colorado property. Maybe even like a North Carolina, Charleston, maybe something like that. But would love to get into the boutique hotel space more. Yeah, I don't know. Just be able to design properties for other people as well in between whatever I'm doing, and just hopefully I can really build up that residual income and start traveling more and kind of just living in peace. I don't know.
Yeah. I love it.
Going wherever the wind takes me. That's what's happening.
Oh man. I've never left the country. Just thinking about that. Wherever the wind takes me. I have not left the country. Is that crazy? I've been all over the US, but I've just never. Actually, no, I take that back. I went to Canada before you had to have a passport to go to Canada.
Oh wow.
I was like 2 years old. Yeah, that's so long ago.
Okay, but that doesn't count.
It doesn't, right? Yeah, right. Well, wild.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you can't. That's totally fine though. Like, think about how big the United States is compared to like Europe. Like our literally legit continent is literally the same size as theirs, but like their, like our nation is, or one state is like their nation. You know, so like for them hopping around, like,
super
just
easy.
Spain and then
45-minute drive. It takes like 14 hours to drive across Texas. It's nuts.
Exactly.
it's so big.
So give yourself some grace for sure. But we need to like budget
work on that.
Your life.
Well, we were gonna travel, but then we had the second kid, Everett, and now he's just so young that it's hard to travel. So we've been doing short trips, but we'll get back there. And hopefully we'll be able to stay in your new co-hosted Airbnb in the Virgin Islands.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you should totally come down. It's actually really affordable. It's really affordable to fly down there.
I'll go, like, definitely, but I need a coupon code because we friends now.
Hey, I got you. Well, I got you. Right. No one else though. No one else.
Cool. Well, Brie, thank you so much for hopping on with me. Where can the people find you, and who should reach out to you?
Yeah, everyone can find me basically across social media is the Dream House Girl. Obviously created that for my short-term rentals. People I want to work with, honestly, is just creating partnerships. Regardless if you have private money or you want to be a private money partner in a deal, that can go so many different ways and whatever that looks like. So I really want to work with investors who just don't have the time or don't want to spend the energy managing. And also I can use my marketing, my social media skills to up-level the property as well as the design if you have a failed Airbnb too, which is a really cool key principle that I'm trying to focus on. But
Sick.
Yeah, I don't know, just friends. I like friends.
Everybody.
Friends in the space.
Love it. Cool. Well, listeners, thank you so much for being here. I am Trae Jacobs. This is Brie Fleshner. We'll see you next time.